You're late. You're late for a very important date.
Hello, Linda from another time.
Hello, everybody.
Carol was broke, but
Hold on.
bountifully blessed. I had to slow down to say that one. It all adds up. Lori, welcome in.
Hey.
And thank you so much for the book. That was so sweet of you to donate that prize back to me. Very cool. And I'll try to make some recipes out of it.
Yeah, sweet. That's cool.
Looking forward to it.
Perfect.
So Heather is going to be leading this interview for today, but I did write down like a few questions.
Did you say how to, is it Susan at Broke but Bountifully Blessed? Carol.
It's Carol, yes. Hi, Adrienne.
Okay. Hi, Carol.
Yeah. So how did everybody's week go this week? Did you do any healthier goals type things? Exercising? More water, let us know.
Hey, I had one day this week where I hit 10,253 steps.
That's awesome.
I know. The next day, I didn't do as many, but today I was doing ministry. So far, I'm at 7,396 steps.
Sweet.
2 hours in the car. So, hello, Beth with BNS Odyssey.
Adrian came in.
Homestead, Ginger, hello.
Well, I would definitely have to say that Adrian is probably getting her exercise in by being careful walking in snow and ice.
Yeah.
I know. I was surprised that Missouri got snow this morning.
I know. Like, shut the front door.
When I saw that picture, I was like, what?
That's what I said. What? I mean, it said a half inch to an inch, and I'm like, nah. But I mean, it could have. But at first, the weather changes every 13 seconds. So it changed, and I didn't look. And it was going to be cold enough. So there's that.
Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, what's
up? Anne sent me a SCOBY for making kombucha. So I did do a video on that. If you guys haven't seen it,
it's in the Healthy Gold Wednesday playlist. That recipe is in there.
Yeah,
I did see that.
Yeah, so I'll be doing an update. I have to check it between 5 and 7 days, something like that. But I went in there and I looked. I'm like, is there anything happening? So it'll be fun.
I'm making banana water.
Yeah, I'm making some banana water too.
Yeah.
But technically, I don't have too much to put it on. I guess I could put some under my bell peppers under the grow light and my marigold that I just transferred. I had to transfer one marigold from under the grow light to outside because I was starting to acquire a couple of fungus gnats and it was starting to look a little peaked. And I was like, I think that fungus gnat is messing with it. So I transplanted it outside and it seems to be doing okay.
Cool.
Let's see. We have a couple of nights like 39 or 43. So I don't think that'll be enough to kill it. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah. So
hello, Treasure Hunter Neil.
If you all don't know, we have a guest today, and her name is Jan at Simply Jan Homestead. And so check out her channel. She's got a lot of amazing videos on gardening, cooking, fermentation, and stuff like that. So we're going to be talking to her about why.
Jennifer.
So Jan's going to educate us a little bit more or totally. So we'll see, right?
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Do you want me to ask you questions or do you just want to go?
Well, let me just go. Hi, Tamara.
Okay.
With some background. So,
okay.
I am not an expert fermenter. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on YouTube. Well, okay, maybe sometimes. But, yeah. Fermenting is centuries of years old. It was used in the ancient times, and it is how they didn't have refrigerators, guys, right? They didn't have dehydrators like we do and freeze dryers and all the
Yeah.
bells and whistles. So let's talk. Fermentation feeds. Oh, hold on, I read that wrong. Fermented foods undergo a microbial fermentation, which makes it taste better. It gives it a better texture, and it has a nutritional profile. It's scientific research has shown links that fermented foods create a stronger immune system. I know that for fact. It reduces inflammation and potential benefits for mental health and metabolism. So my note was healthy body equals healthy mind. And y'all, when you feel better, man, it's amazing. So hey, Carol, I'm going to give you some very simple recipes somewhere in here, but go ahead, Heather, and you can ask your questions. But just remember, it's all about your gut health. If you have a bloated belly, a problem with your liver, if you have symptoms that, you just don't feel right, you might try eating some fermented food.
Okay. Right. Yeah, definitely.
Hit it, Rob. Hit it, Heather.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, so Bob. I asked what benefits are called what benefits do you get from fermented foods, basically? And it's like good gut biome and good gut health is what you said, right?
Mm-hmm. They're probiotic.
Probiotics.
So you don't have to take those pills or drinks anymore.
So it kind of like balances your whole gut health, which the center of your body, your stomach, is like the core to your whole everything.
Everything.
Right?
Everything. Yes.
Yeah, right.
So it creates benefits. It has live orgasms called probiotics. And fermenting breaks down sugars, which causes the fermentation process.
Okay. And so if anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in chat at any time and we'll try to catch those. And then you answered this already. Why did people from our past ferment foods? And that was because no refrigeration, and that's how they stored their foods. And traditionally, we just kept trying to,
it might work. You might come up with like this miracle cure tomorrow.
She lost all focus when she read that. You're gonna have to read your line and then read it.
Yeah. So, anyways, they didn't have refrigeration up until whatever. I was gonna look that up when we actually started having refrigeration. But anyhow,
that's
not really a long time. So, some people have continued to carry on, fermenting foods. So that's cool.
Well, they used to have an insulated box and they put big chunks of big things of ice in it, and that's how they kept food cold.
And what was that called? They would have a building down by a creek, and the building would have like a stone little wall, like where the creek would run through it, and the
that
it. I forget what that's called. And then
Bob probably knows.
Yeah, they would put the milk and different things in that cold water.
Okay, here's a good question by the reluctant Vigor Annie. Fermented, how long does fermented food stay fresh? I have had it stay fresh for 6 to 8 months, and that's after opening it. One jar. Yeah. You can tell it goes bad, Carol, if it has mold on it. It's no bueno, throw it away. Now, I will preface that with saying there are some molds you get that you can scrape off. It's a yeast, not a mold. And it's a reaction when the pH drops and the lactic acid what it forms. So you just take a paper towel, wipe it out, and cover it and refrigerate it.
Yeah.
Now, once you refrigerated fermented foods, the fermentation slows way down. So keep that in mind. But I have had several things that I fermented in the refrigerator for 6 to 8 months, unopened and open. So there's that.
Right.
Usually once I open it, it's gone,
Hi, Bob, Ariella, and Huga Homestead.
Hello. Okay, so if
And
somebody, sorry.
I guess this question goes along with that too. How do you know when it's gone bad? Is there
Well,
a
you'll
to look for?
You'll see a mold on it.
Okay.
Like a green, more of a greenish.
It'll be like a bread mold. Yeah. It'll be a fluffy cloud. You'll smell it. You can smell it too. Use that nose, man. So it's okay, Linda. Go eat. You'll smell it. If it smells just like anything, don't eat it. If it's rotten,
too
it's rotten.
funky, don't go there. If it's got feet funk, stay away.
And you can, but I'm not going to say that because, I'm not. You can, and I have had things in for up to a year, but
that's rebel fermenting.
Yeah. And do you know olives? Olives are very bitter. Do you know they get fermented before they're canned?
Yeah, and pickles.
Yeah, and pickles. Yeah,
like
but they're not bitter really.
Oh.
But
pickles, my pickles are bitter because they're dill.
well, yeah. But the thing is I've never done cucumbers to ferment them because, well, they always get mushy. So
No.
At least we're having fun.
Fuzzy might be okay. That might just be the Kim. It's called Kim. Kahm, and that's the yeast. So if you see that, you can wipe that off. But you'll know the difference.
I like only sour pickles, not sweet pickles.
Oh man, I love bread and butter.
If I add those into,
I do like that kind, but I haven't had them in years.
Yeah,
I don't know anybody who does that. So
you can. I'm getting them back on track, y'all. They're going over there. So you can look up the difference between the Kim, Kahm. It's pronounced Kim or Kime, probably Kime. It's been a while. And it will show you pictures of mold and the kind.
Yeah.
So, do your research on it. Yeah. I love pickles. I love all kinds of pickles.
Okay, moving on to the next question. So if somebody has never had something fermented, what would you recommend them trying for their very first time?
Okay. That depends on what they like. Do you like cucumbers? Do you like onions? Do you like peppers, cauliflower, cabbage? I mean, it's really a preference on what the person likes the most. It's really a preference on.
Sorry.
Oh.
I just put it on in case I needed to make a mod or something. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Don't ever use iodized salt, and use distilled water. I use either Redmond. Jennifer said Celtic salt, and what else? Kosher salt. You can use those three. Work the very best. When I didn't have Redmond, I used kosher.
If you have sea salt, that can work too, right?
I have, but it didn't seem to ferment as well, but it will work. So Brutus stuff.
Good job, Brutus.
If I could get enough cucumbers at a time, I would do bread and butter pickles. I do like it.
So I guess going back to that question, I guess you just have to try some different things and see.
Try what you like. Sauerkraut, that's a big thing here. Sauerkraut, and I did a class at a meetup, and I put red onions in there, sliced them up, fermented them, and so let me just give you a basis. You dissolve 4 teaspoons of salt in a pint jar of warm water, and then you're going to take 2 teaspoons of salt. So it's 2 teaspoons of salt for pint, 4 teaspoons for quarts. Okay. And you just pack them in there. Just pack them in there. My favorite thing to date, I love the red onions, by the way. They're delicious. Oh my God, they're so good. You can use well water as well, just to let you know. Just pack them in there. If you have a weight, put the weight down. You can take the actual top of the onion. I would cut the stem part off, and you can just to hold it into the water. You can use a rock, a clean rock. You know, sky's the limit.
Oh yeah, you could even put your weight or some sort of a weight in like a Ziploc bag.
Yes, true. Well, if you're using a rock, that would be good. Fermented beets would be excellent. Yeah. So here's my favorite thing I made. I took cauliflower, cabbage, carrots, peppers, and onions, and
I have some. I'll go grab
peppers,
some.
green peppers or red peppers.
Neil, I know how you know.
I made that. Did I cook for you, Neil? Just kidding. So yeah, that was so good, and I got 4 quarts. It was awesome. Yeah, I use the glass weights. You can get the wide mouth or the standard. Yes, exactly. And get the ones with the handle, y'all. Don't be cheap, because if you ever tried to dig the one without the handle out of the jar, it's awful.
Oh, this is an example of a
yes, thank you.
A little.
Good job.
Yeah, a visual.
A visual. So I went online and I ordered this kit years ago, and it had like 7 different, I think they call them pucks.
Pucks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean,
yeah,
you can
cabbage leaves.
Mm-hmm.
I like my glass weights because I just throw them in there.
And you can wash them so easily when you're done.
Yeah.
Jan, I have a question on my list that's not on hers. Have you made videos on fermentation? Do you have videos on it?
I have a playlist of fermentation.
Oh,
yes.
Playlist? What?
A whole playlist? What?
I don't mess around.
Right.
And then the silicone burpers. Thank you, Jennifer.
Yes, I have those too. I just didn't
put them on top of the jar. Make sure your jar is clean. And put them on top of the jar, and they will. You can go by and burp it, like pinch it a little bit, or just let it naturally. Put it on a cookie sheet, an old cookie sheet, because when the fermentation happens, you're going to see all these bubbles coming up, and excuse me, it will overflow. Linda and the other Lindas. That's funny.
Okay. So
you'll see it overflow.
Jan's fabulous playlist on her wonderful Simply Jan Homestead channel. What other resources are good for learning about fermentation would you recommend?
I love Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Stacy has a book on it, and that's who got me into fermenting. And she just does it so
She
easy.
does.
She's like,
She
just
does.
throw it in.
And
Huh?
she's really nice. She's very
Yes.
nice to listen to and stuff like that.
Yes.
If you've never listened to
Very knowledgeable.
Stacy on Doug and Stacy Off Grid.
Yeah.
And
Off
say that
Grid with
first.
Doug and Stacy.
There we go. I knew
I
I
did
said that.
have one thing I wanted to mention real quick, somewhere in the middle here, just because it's related to the Healthy Goals Wednesday.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine, her name is Katie from Simply Katie Walks. She is doing a walking challenge, and I'm going to put the hashtag in the. If somebody could go over to Simply Katie Walks and put the link to her entry video or her video talking about it in the description. So if anybody wants to join, they could join in, and it's hashtag 30 for 30 2025.
And
it's
what are you supposed to do?
March 11th through April 11th. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to step it up a little bit. And instead of just walking here at the house, I'm actually for that month going to go get up every morning and go walk at the park.
Oh, that's
Go
nice.
girl.
So that's how I'm going to up it, because I've already been walking. So I'm going to up it by doing that really long walk in the morning at the park. So
Yeah,
I'm going to do.
that'll
So
be
when
awesome.
when you're hyper early in the
I just
morning,
wanted to mention that
why.
today. I
Oh, that's
actually
cool,
do feel more
Ginger.
energy because literally I'm walking like 10 to 20 minutes every morning before coffee. And it does help you during the day with everything, your mental clarity and
more
everything.
energy. Being
Thank you, Jamie.
Energy, your mood. Hi,
Yeah.
family, welcome in.
Yeah.
So
Well,
if you
Ginger, did you say hi to Stacy? Because she loves to talk. She will talk your ear off.
right? Hey, Ark. So so if you guys want to get in and do that, it's one video, at least one video a week.
One video per week for that month.
Okay.
But
So
it's not
why
like
not?
stringent rules or anything. So
My God, all I do
And
is
even if
up,
you do,
down, walk.
yeah,
I know. I'm surprised. I was worried I wasn't going to get enough steps in today. We had our goal up to 8,000, and then we had to move it down because my back started hurting, her knees were hurting, so we moved it down to 6,000. And the day after she said that, I walked 10,000. So
oh, wow.
it
Wow.
also depends on the weather.
I would
I'm
have
going
been.
to walk at the park next week. Starting Monday, every day I'll be at the park. So
Yeah.
I would have tried
promise
so
stepping up.
hard if I saw her. I would
Ark.
try not to be like, like that. I'd be like, hey, hi, Stacey. But I work it real
I was in a habit of doing that back before. I would go to the park, no makeup, no coffee, nothing. I would get up, put my yoga pants and my t-shirt on, my hair in a ponytail or a bun, and just go walk. I did that.
Yeah.
I did that for a while. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
my
Well, I don't put makeup on. I don't have to worry about my hair, and I sure the heck don't care what I'm clothed in.
You guys want to know a secret?
You want to wear pants that aren't baggy because they will sag and bag the whole time you're walking. So you want to make sure those suckers are plenty tight.
Yeah.
Those pants better be tight because you're going to be. That is the most awful feeling ever. Your pants, trying to walk and your pants are falling down.
He wants
Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry.
No worries. So if you don't have a channel and you want to join that walk, just do it. 30 minutes a day walking, however you walk inside, however you can make it fit into your schedule if you want to do it as well. So
yeah, I was out of town all day doing ministry for Broken Hearts Ministry. So I didn't get any videos at all watched today like I normally do because I was doing.
Well, you were doing a good thing. So
yeah, we handed out 12 bags to the homeless today, Mom and I, and we made a video that probably is going to go up tomorrow. So if y'all are
That
interested
is
in
really
watching,
cool. Nice.
yeah, y'all go ahead with your interview. I don't want to stop everything.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting because
to mention that.
we're having to, something.
Oh, Jan had to leave for a sec.
Yeah, she had to leave for just a sec. She'll be back. But if anybody has any questions about fermentation, I have some more questions on the list to go through with Jan, so there's more information. But if you have any questions or any information you want to share about fermentation, don't be shy. Don't be shy.
So when you're filling up your jars, right, and you have your brine all made and it's all dissolved, yeah, I know. You have your brine made, you have your vegetables in. Don't fill it up to the bottom, like the 1-inch mark, because once you put your weight on, you want to give it about here. Let's
An inch
go.
and a half, 2 inches.
Yeah, you want a good space. You can always pour the brine to the 1-inch. I keep it at the 1-inch, and then put your nipple on there, and then put your.
And how do you release the air on that?
With the nipple. Yeah. Oh, and if you don't have a nipple, just say it. If you don't have a nipple, oh, this is going back right away. I didn't start this, y'all. Take note.
Started it.
If you don't have a nipple,
Heather's the instigator.
You will gently unscrew the lid and you'll hear it go, or, like a little gas, like a little air release. Tighten it up right away.
Kind of like a dog or a cat. I'm sorry.
You don't want to open it all the way up.
South.
Charles' nipples don't deflate, he said. That's really good.
You might want to
it could be. It could be really bad.
Different ones. They have, resources.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Could I get the nipple and show the people? Do y'all know what the nipple is? Charles, don't answer. Don't. You want me to go get it?
Yes, please.
It's not on my body.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know what it looks like.
I'm gonna get it. You just look at my wall.
Heather, you started it.
I'm dying here. I'm leaking and all that.
Yeah.
Good thing I don't wear a lot of makeup.
Sometimes that's the thing about being on camera live. Sometimes things hit you funny and you just have to laugh. I actually still have a video where I'm making a recipe and I go to plop the zucchini down into the pan and it made a funny sound and I could not stop laughing. And I remember Lisa from Yogi Hollow Farm was telling the story. I was just watching your video at work and all of a sudden you're making a recipe and all of a sudden you just start cracking up. And I have to look at my phone now because now I'm trying to figure out why Gail is laughing. I
did that on my video yesterday.
I left it in the video. It's still there because I figure it's contagious.
Well, I didn't
awesome.
Their space is red.
I was like flubber. I was like, I didn't speak. I deleted it because my video was so long. I couldn't add it. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you should have left it in.
I have added. I have left.
Make big, Gail.
You put a weight first, and then you go to Jan.
And then you put the nipple on. That's the nipple.
Does Charles, it go up or down?
Goes like this, right on top of the rim of the jar.
So the nipple part is where you pull.
You can get different colors too. I got a pink, I got a teal, I got a blue, I got another one, but I don't know where the heck it might be in the refrigerator.
Oh my gosh. Woo! Yeah.
How did we all of a sudden turn into high school girls? I have no clue.
Pickle pipes. Yeah, they're pickle pipes. That's what I said, Jennifer.
Oh, and
Yeah.
ginger.
Hey, Ann.
Let's be
So,
good.
okay, and there's Luann. Wait, so
And
when you're making sauerkraut, y'all, you're going to add your salt in it and you're going to let it sit for a while. And what that salt is going to do is create a brine, a natural brine. And then you're going to take this and you're ticked off at your husband and you want a big bowl, big deep bowl, and you're going to pound it. You're going to hit it. You're going to get all your aggressions out on that poor head of sauerkraut. And you're going to have this wonderful juice at the bottom of it. Or you can hit Charles if you want.
You'll probably be like,
These work so good. So good. So there we go.
Wooden mallet.
You can use a wooden mallet. I just got this because it came with the kit.
Oh, Jennifer has all the answers. It's called a pickle packer.
It's a pickle pecker.
Pickle packer.
Pickle pecker. But you can use this when you're pounding, you're gonna pickle your and can your stuff. You can use this to push it down.
Oh, right.
There's Road Trips Life and Redux. How's it going? So you use that, and then the boss gets out of hand. Oh, in the most loving way, of course. He's injured now. I can't be real mean to him, but when he gets better,
and you'll know.
Yeah.
You
heard me. Sure. Oops. I wanted to be sure to welcome Road Trips Life and Redux in, because I don't remember her being in here before. So welcome in.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
I think of the loose faucet when I handle this.
You should make a loose faucet fermentation video. That would be fun.
I just called this a pounder.
Could you imagine if Loose Faucet was doing this?
Oh God, I'd have everything everywhere. That's why I gotta watch her. I gotta watch every move she makes and keep her locked up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Anne. Maybe you'll laugh and have more fun with it, I guess. Okay, back on to topic, correct?
Yes.
Well, that was, yes. So we talked about what are good resources, and you said Stacy, and also Anna at the Fermented Homestead I saw in
yes,
chat.
Anna. She was the second person I watched, and she's fabulous.
Who else?
So
Jan.
much.
I
mean, just YouTube.
Simply Jan Homestead has a whole entire fermenting playlist. Check it out.
Big. Huge.
I gotta check that now. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on.
There might be 4 videos.
There will be more videos.
That's 4 more learning videos than they had before.
Yeah. But it's so easy, It's so easy.
So
and so you can ferment meat.
He needs to do a fermenting.
What?
Oh, maybe I don't have it under a ferment. Sorry, Jamie. Sorry, guys. I stand corrected. I've been corrected a lot lately. I don't have it under my fermented. I have it under some other category.
But she will make one. It's
maybe food preservation, maybe possibly.
I don't have that playlist. It might be in with the canning. I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm just the creator. I don't know.
Do you need to add a ring on top of the pickling?
Yes. Good question.
Good.
Absolutely.
I like it. Look at
that.
But
you don't open that ring up. The pickle pipe does it for you. Yeah. Good question.
Excellent
Carol.
question. And she used correct terminology.
That's right.
That's awesome.
I call it a nipple. I'm not ever going to remember pickle pipe. It's a nipple.
Okay, so you can do vegetables. You can do meats.
Yes.
Can you do fruits?
I never have.
Me
You want
neither.
me to Google it real quick?
Yeah.
Sure.
I never
Okay,
thought about
hold
that.
on. Let's ask the Mr.
Might be
Google.
good. You never know. I mean, you could
Can you
with
ferment
the
fruits?
kombucha. You put fruit in those to flavor them.
Can you tell me, Jan, when you're done with that particular
That's
thing?
called wine. Oh, so then you're making wino.
When you're done looking that up, can you tell me kind of a basic recipe of what's in it? Because me, as someone who's not done it, I really have no clue. What I think is
Okay.
in it and what is actually in it might be two different things.
You can ferment fruit.
So from the beginner,
Okay.
Okay, so most of the brine is warm water. If you're using a pint, two teaspoons of kosher salt, or sea. You could use sea salt. Redmond, or the Celtic salt. You could use that. Probably Doug and Stacy do the
so
fruit.
it's water, some form of
You have to
salt,
use,
That sounds
and
delicious.
vegetables, right?
yeah, but
Does
your
it have
water, you have
vinegar
to
in
use
it?
distilled water or distilled, no city water, because it has chlorine in it. It'll kill your ferment.
And who knows what else?
Does it have vinegar in it?
No.
See, there you go. From a person who doesn't know anything about fermenting, I thought every fermented thing had vinegar in it.
No, the salt creates the fermentation. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So 4 teaspoons in a quart, 2 teaspoons in a pint. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
Joyce Morris, she's got fermenting. She teaches classes all the time on fermenting.
So I would
Matter of
recommend.
fact, Joyce is who I got those products for Robin from at Morris Path to Heaven.
Things
So some of the other, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, I'd recommend if you're going to try fermenting, definitely do things that you normally enjoy eating, even though it's going to taste different.
Yes.
You know, like if you like carrots and you don't like cucumbers, we'll do the carrots.
Yeah. Oh, you have to burp it. Yeah. Okay, you can ferment tomatoes. They're delicious fermented.
Yes. So
Green beans you can do. And y'all, there's honestly, aside from lettuce, cabbage, spinach, things like that, you can almost ferment any kind of vegetable, and obviously fruit and meat. But I will caution you, if it's your first time, make sure you don't down a whole pint of fermented food, because you are going to get the bellyache of your life. You have to introduce that to your gut slowly. Hey, Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany.
Here's another question from a beginner perspective.
Yeah.
Do you eat do you just walk up to your refrigerator and get your jar out and a spoon and have a spoonful and put it back in the fridge? Or do you actually eat this like with your meal? Like
you can eat it with your meal. You can eat it on hot dogs. You can grind it up like a relish. It depends what you made. I'd like to take, jalapenos. I take like the mixed container I did with all the stuff. I do have a video on that.
Yeah.
You take, a piece of each vegetable out, put it on your plate as a side salad, and it's fantastic. But again, I caution you, don't eat like a, quarter of the plate with your fermented. You have to build your body up. So eat maybe 1 or 2 pieces for a few days, and then you can build it up.
Somebody should do a challenge on it.
Yeah, right.
Fermentation challenge. I've never heard of one of those. Have y'all ever heard of anybody doing that as a challenge or a collab?
So I do one that's tomatoes, basil, garlic, and sometimes I'll put some purple onion in, and I just cut it up small.
Yes.
Just a pinch of salt in the jar, and you shake it for 2 or 3 days, and then you can add it on top of your meats or your salads or in your taco or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. That's a quick fermentation.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
if you let faucet water sit overnight, open chlorine. Yeah, but it's not recommended, Beth. It's I know people say that, and I've done it. I haven't done it with my fermented because,
Ferment
I
homestead
work too hard to
fermented
grow.
February. Oh,
So yeah.
I'll check
Here's
that
all
out. That's
Jan's
cool.
fermenting videos.
Right. So
Oh,
we talked
you
about
found it? Did I have it under fermenting, Charles? Now I got to look at it. Where was it?
so we talked about what things can be fermented, which is an array of all kinds of things, making sure that you pick the things that you would normally eat first of all.
Yeah.
So can fermented foods be good for your gut health? We already talked about that at the beginning.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. How do you store your fermented foods, and how long do they stay on the counter until you do what?
Well, you'll notice that the bubbles start going away. Sometimes if I see that, I'll shake it. I'll hold the top of the nipple and shake it. And if it's done, you won't see that activity coming up. It's bubbles. And usually it's a four
No.
week. If you get exhausted,
It's 2 to 3 days that you shake it, but you set it on your counter, the tomato, basil, garlic, onion. You just set it on your counter and you just shake it like once or twice a day for 2 to 3 days. So no, you don't get exhausted because you're not constantly going, no. You don't
not
do
like
it.
making butter in a jar.
It's just once or twice a day. That's it.
Good night, Adrian. Yeah.
Thank you, Adrian, for stopping in.
Now, I saw a short on that, Charles, and I was like, what is happening? Okay, so we already talked about how long do fermented foods typically last, and you said sometimes 6 to 8 months, but you got to be careful.
Well, it could be up to a year
or more, right?
Yeah.
So you just got to watch your stuff and pay attention.
If you open it, you're going to eat it. You want to eat it.
Yes,
use good salt. Don't ever use iodized salt, and don't ever use city water. Just recommend.
Never. No.
Never.
No. How would you do that?
So cabbage is very high in probiotics. Very high. You can do it in a crock pot or jar. It doesn't. You can just pretty much.
Okay. I have a question for everybody.
Okay.
So back in the day, before vehicles and electricity, when people traveled by ship, they often had big, huge barrels of what?
Sauerkraut.
Yes. And why? What did it help?
Well, it's high in probiotics. It's a roughage. It is salt. It's a sodium, so it helps you keep the salt in your body.
Yeah, it helps scurvy.
Oh, scurvy, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So did you guys know that? They would make big, barrels on the ships because nothing else would last very long, right? And so a lot of times they would get really sick and,
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, the brine for sauerkraut is 1 tablespoon of salt to 4 cups of water. So if you're I've pounded the cabbage for seemed like months, and I never got a good brine. So if you're going to have to make a brine, it's 4 cups of water, 1 tablespoon of salt. And out of that 4 cups, you'll probably get 2.5 quarts. So you're going to have to make more. So just go ahead and make more. You're only losing a tablespoon of salt if you don't use it.
And you want the level to be, the liquid to be over your vegetables or meat or whatever. Just
yes.
a little bit, right?
Yes. And if you don't have these weights, okay, if you're coming in late, if you don't have those weights get the handle, y'all. Get the handle. Trust me when I'm saying this. You can put a leaf of the cabbage over it, and it'll keep. The basic thing is you want the vegetables covered.
Yes.
I've never done meat yet, Linda. I just looked it up today and found out, yes, you can do meat. Mm-hmm. And I would affiliate canning or fermenting meat with canning meat, like fish. Kevin's dad canned meat, fish all the time. I can't remember what it was, but he always canned meat or fish.
You can use grape leaves as well to use as
yes.
your sugar, and then your weight as well to keep. You're wanting to keep the product, the vegetables or whatever food that you are fermenting.
Yes. The other important thing is I'm sorry, Heather.
No, that's okay.
Don't leave it in the light. Cover it up with a towel, an old towel or one you don't mind having to wash the stinky smell out, because it's sold.
Yeah.
So
good
cover it.
Or you have a bowl or a plate underneath of them, because they might get kind of active and excited and
exactly, and they're going to seep out. That's what you want. You want it to.
Yeah.
But don't, again, if you just have the lid on it, right?
Yeah.
You barely, the second you hear that sizzle coming out of there or that seepage, screw it back on. Don't sit there and let it come all the way out. You're just releasing the gas from the fermentation. So,
I would say it should. I would think that you would want to cook it first, because if you did it raw, fermented it, and then cooked it, it's going to kill all the benefits. Doesn't that make sense to you? But I don't know. I've never done meat. So
can you ferment meat? Okay, I had this pulled up earlier, but I had to look up the fruit. I'm really excited about the fruit because I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think strawberries and I don't know, some different.
Meat is tricky.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting this firsthand.
3-gallon crock. Ooh, that's cool. I would like to get one of those. I need to look around or ask around, see if anybody's got any. A crock.
Oh yeah.
I Turk V.
Yeah. So, fermenting isn't for everybody, but definitely give it a try, because when you buy things in the store, sometimes it's just not as good as at home. And that when you cook things at home, you're like, you go and have those tacos and they're like, and then you come home and you make the tacos and you're like, yeah.
Yep.
You could put all the things that you want on it. And extra.
Say to cook it. You put it in,
So, Anne, tell me, do you slice them in slices, your lemons? Or do you tell me how you do it? I could guess a million ways.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Lemons and strawberries.
Well, we need to do a fermentation challenge.
Yeah. It's done raw, huh?
Meat is done raw.
Cut it real thin.
But you have to get a high quality meat,
Oh.
and you
You could make sushi rolls.
you want to cut it up into bite-sized pieces.
Burgers. Yep. Oh yeah. Burgers are definitely better at home.
And it says keep it very cold.
Burgers at home.
Yeah.
Keep the meat cold.
And see, you could make that burger at home and you could add some of that fermentation on top of that for some
Well, this is good. It says once the fermentation process is complete, you'll have a tangy and flavorful fermented meat, and you could put it on your sandwiches, the snacks, your charcuterie boards,
Ew.
or a flavorful ingredient to dishes. So, I may try that. I just may try that.
Yeah.
I
Do it.
can't imagine many things you cannot ferment.
Well, they did everything, right? If they didn't dry the meat out or can it, they fermented it. And they had to do it quickly. It wasn't
Yes.
like, oh, I'll just stick it in the refrigerator and I'll get to it in a couple days. Or the freezer. That wasn't an option. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Millie Webbs.
Wow, that's interesting to know. Anywho, but yeah, this is a really great
Here's a
discussion.
question for one of you guys.
You need somebody to be removed, Millie. You're in a
I got
goodbye.
I got it.
Bye
Bye-bye, Millie.
bye.
See you later. Thanks
Bye-bye.
for
Only
stinky,
we can
sinky,
talk
poopy.
about
The funny part is the troll had to plan ahead to come in here because it's on subscriber only mode.
yeah.
Yes.
Who
Yes.
plans ahead to troll someone? That's weird.
I
That
know.
person right there.
I
We know
have
who that is.
a real good idea.
Yeah.
What's the difference between salted lemons and fermented lemons?
Well, they
Well,
go through the process of taking fermentation is a process of taking the sugars out and transforming it into a probiotic, right? That's the easiest way. Fermenting for dummies. That's how I think. So,
I'm glad she asked that question because
yeah, that's a great
the
question.
way to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a process. Oh man,
Thank
Ann,
you,
you're
Ariel.
making me so hungry for
Welcome in. Right? So lemons make you
Hi,
pucker up no
Joe.
matter what. So
Yeah, no, fermented lemons. I'm like,
with
I'm
strawberries,
totally doing that.
do it with strawberries
Okay, I'll do that and lemons.
or
I do.
blueberries.
Oh, I think that's what they had in the jar I looked up for fermenting.
Really?
Yeah,
That sounds
you could
good.
do blueberries. I'll do the.
Strawberries might get too soft, so that
Yeah.
might be a problem. But you can try.
Oh,
Thank you, mods, for taking care of the
Yeah,
trolling.
taking care
Yes.
of business.
you're welcome. See, I'm on a live with you, and Robin Hood got him. Yeah,
I just modded him about
Ariella did.
10 minutes
That
ago.
smoked meat.
I timed him out for 24 hours, so I
I
ain't
would
playing.
block them, period. And
Anyway,
before you're done. Oh, sorry.
blocked him. Yeah, I just think
Oh,
that
thank you.
it's so easy to improve your health, and
New things.
awesome, Athelia,
Yeah.
Alethea.
Yeah. I love that
Watch
name.
that. It's awesome. It's so
Thank
good.
you, Jennifer.
Pickled
anybody-
mushrooms. Yeah, you can ferment those.
Oh, yum.
Literally.
Yum. Right?
Yeah.
Kimchi. Does anybody have a good kimchi recipe? Because my son bought a jar from the store that was organic, and I was eating bites several times a day because I was just like, oh, that's so good. So if you
Yeah.
got one, let me know. Because I want to make.
Kevin bought some and I made him throw it away. He ate it in Korea all the time. And I literally I could not smell it. It made me sick.
I wonder if you made your own version of it.
Well, it's not happening. No. I
I
know cabbage and garlic, but he said everyone on the bus going back to the station or whatever they were doing, the whole bus smelled like garlic and cabbage. And the mosquitoes don't bite you, so there's a bonus to it.
I did. Oh, I have to look at that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Ariella, you should send me an email if you have the recipe still.
Yeah. Oh, I had where's my thing? I had a
that's
list.
really cool, Anne. Because
Do you have
I'll
a video?
do a video.
I have to ask the question that Heather's going to ask. Do you have a video on it, Ariel?
I did a video.
Yeah,
That's
do
your
it.
famous line to everybody.
I'm always
is,
asking
you
everybody.
got a video on that? Are you going to video it?
Yeah.
Mosquitoes don't like sulfur. Well,
Oh, is that what it is? So
Yeah.
here's some things that
kimchi, I got it off.
it's been used for centuries
No.
to preserve food. Olives. And then these are examples of fermented food. Kefir, kombucha, sauerkraut, tempeh, natto, miso, kimchi, and sourdough bread. Those are all examples of fermented food. So bet you didn't know all that.
I'm actually allergic to sulfur.
I like miso soup. Miso's so good. It's really good soup. I
Is
do
that-
like it. So I used to work
Yes.
downtown Portland, of all places, a long, long ancient time ago for insurance company for years. And anyways, me and this gal used to go to all the little Asian restaurants because there's like Chinatown, downtown Portland and stuff like that. And we would go, she was Asian. And so she would bring me and we would use chopsticks and stuff. It was so cool. But it was back then they still had like the duck or whatever hanging in the window.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The meats and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that was cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Saladitos? What's that?
Saladitos. Sounds
is that?
Hispanic. Is more salt dried, right? Is that Hispanic, Charles?
I'll pull it back up.
I used to eat saladitos and lemon all
Korean pepper for kimchi. Huh.
Oh my.
It's just not something I'm gonna make. I'm gonna own it. I'm
So,
never gonna make kimchi.
Do you have any other questions, Gail?
That was all mine. I only wrote down 4 because I
You
knew
don't
you
have any new ones in your mind? Maybe?
I'm not taking sulfur pills, Joe, but garlic. I'm reading Joe's comment. Sorry. Yeah.
I believe tonight Robin with Garden State So and So is supposed to follow us at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
And then at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, at another time, 2023, which is Linda, will be going live talking about when
Another time. Growing up in another
time. Growing up in another time. I'm sorry, I lost my words and I could not find them again.
That's why you got me here.
Oh, good.
Oh, I got one more point. This is really important.
I have the answer.
I did the deep dive. Okay, go ahead.
Joe, the answer is salsa. Salsa cures everything.
Yeah. She means it too, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. What does fermented food do? It displaces pathogenic or bad bacteria. It supports immune health. It produces byproducts and metabolites that support cardiovascular, immune system, and metabolic health. Fermentation may also help enhance the bioavailability of certain nutrients. There you go.
And we need that.
Yes. So if there's something specific you want to ferment, trust me, it's on YouTube, y'all.
You know what would be super
Anna,
fun?
the Fermented Homestead, Stacy at Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. There's a million people that do it.
Yeah.
And it's
just check
really
several recipes on the one recipe that you think you want to try, because sometimes somebody misses something or you don't quite understand it. Maybe.
Yes, Ariella, it can help with that.
Have an idea for your meetup.
That's funny. We'll have to talk about that.
That's a good question.
Well, we're late and it's Robin's Live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta
You're
go
gonna
and I
be
need to
co-host.
show up.
So let's get her done.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
You can be. Do you want to be our guest next week, Charles?
Yes,
That would be cool.
that would be great.
Hey, Arthur.
Hello, Mr.
That'd be
Butler.
awesome. Can
Thank
you go ahead and set that up?
No pressure. He'll do it. Sure. Go ahead and book him.
Hi, Arthur Butler. Welcome in. Sorry we're leaving, but
this was an awesome, helpful.
We have a live coming right after this, so unfortunately,
Okay.
we have to go ahead and leave because Robin's supposed to start her live, and we don't want to interrupt that. So, go over to Garden State So and So and check out to see what she's going to do. So, you guys have a great night. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.
Bye, guys.
Ta-ta.
Thank you. Have a good night, y'all.